Good evening. Well, another beautiful sunny day today, although fog did linger in a few places. But during the afternoon now, high cloud or so-called contrails built up. This line of wispy clouds produced by the condensation trails from really artificial clouds produced by the exhaust fumes from aircraft engines. And we do have quite a lot of those in the sky tonight. But generally settled, calm conditions due to this area of high pressure sitting right over Ireland, and still high pressure very much in evidence tomorrow, and very slack winds, those winds circulating in a clockwise direction about that intense area of high pressure, beginning to push away slightly to the west on Sunday and pulling down this light northerly, which will freshen during Monday and bring down a fair bit of cloud on Monday, with perhaps some showery outbreaks of rain. So for Monday and Tuesday, more in the way of cloud, cool, breezy days, but then it's back into high pressure for the rest of next week. Fine, settled conditions becoming re-established, with frost and fog returning at night, as indeed we have at the moment. Some fog patches around and the fog becoming more widespread during
No matter where in the world you are, there are always clouds in the sky somewhere. They're part of our skyscape. We know what they do and what to expect from them when we see them. But what of the clouds that don't make us shiver as they trundle across the sun or bring rain? They're there all right, high in the atmosphere, and over the years scientists have started to realise they're really quite important to our climate. As aircraft plough through the upper atmosphere above 26,000 feet, they often leave bright white trails behind them. These long white tails, called contrails, are caused by the water and soot from the aircraft's jet engines. As the hot water and dirt comes out of the engine, it hits the air that it's about -40 degrees. It's an explosive reaction. Earlier this year, Adam Minot reported from Siberia, where it was -50. This is what hot water does at that temperature. And it's very similar to what happens in a contrail, in fact. The water and dirt is shot into fantastically cold air. The water, as it freezes, congregates around the microscopic bits of dirt, forming ice crystals. The bits of dirt are called condensation nuclei because they make the centre of the crystal. Now here's Adam throwing that water again, and you can see there are tiny bits in it. That's the dirt and dust in the air. As the water mixes with the air, it connects with the particles and makes ice crystals. And it's these ice crystals that we see across the sky as the trail. Now, contrails are relatively new. We only started seeing them regularly during the Second World War. As scientists spent more time looking at them, they noticed that there's more to the story than simply pretty lines in the sky. Natural cirrus cloud sits at about 26,000 feet and reflects some of the sun's rays away back into space, having a cooling effect on the Earth beneath. When a condensation trail disperses, it turns into a form of cirrus called contrail cirrus. More reflective than natural cirrus, it can spread over an area as big as 60,000 miles. Now, more and more scientists have suggested that this contrail cirrus is affecting the temperature of the planet. After the 9/11 attacks in New York in 2001, they were given an opportunity to check this theory. Aircraft across the United States were grounded for 3 whole days, so that's no contrails for 3 days. And after all the data was analysed, there was an increase in temperature. A very slight increase, but an increase all the same. And that suggests that contrails cool the planet. So, next time you see those picturesque lines in the sky, you know there's more going on than meets the eye.
On clear days, you can often see long white lines being traced high in the sky. They are contrails of jet aircraft, actually long, slender clouds. Weathermen are finding them especially fascinating because a theory is being developed that those long white lines may be changing our weather for the better. Details from Roger O'Neill.
The exhaust from jet engines, usually seen as long, thin trails of white clouds behind high-flying jet airplanes, may be a big reason why there are 30 fewer days of sunshine a year in the Midwest now than there were in 1900. The daily range between high and low temperatures has also narrowed. Weather researchers studying cloud cover in 10 Midwestern states found a sharp increase in cloudiness with the increase in commercial jet travel. Particularly in the main east-west jet corridor, there were even more clouds. A jet produces a contrail, or cloud, because its exhaust consists primarily of water vapor.
In the absence of natural clouds, given the correct atmospheric conditions, jet aircraft in high frequency can almost completely cover the atmosphere, visible atmosphere, with clouds.
Simonin says unlike most changes in the atmosphere caused by man, this one is beneficial. Clouds help farmers in the Midwest by blocking the sun. Temperature extremes can damage plants and speed up the evaporation of soil moisture. In the winter, city people benefit because clouds act as a blanket, preventing warm air from escaping into the atmosphere.
No one is trying to make clouds now using jet engines, but this study suggests that jet travel is inadvertently making our days more cloudy. And someday, weather researchers may be able to use jets on purpose to change our weather.